Hello everyone and welcome back. This is part 9 of my Mass Effect Let's Play series. As a little recap, in part 8, we were able to get Dr. Liara Tassoni from Therum, I believe is the planet. Able to save her, and she's now a part of the squad. Having a bunch of difficulties. I have the difficulty set pretty high for the game. So I wanted it to be both challenging as well as a good story playthrough. So last video I had to chop up a little bit in order to remove some of the times where I died and had to replay some of the mission portions a few times. But now we're gonna go talk with all of the squad mates and just kind of pick their brains on the how the last mission went.
Anything you need, Commander?
I'm just trying to talk, I guess.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a sweet girl. Easy on the eyes. I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Just remember, Lieutenant, I saw her first.
Only by a few seconds, sir.
Looks like there's gonna be a fight for Dr. Tassoni.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Yeah, I think off the record, I guess.
Like I've got time to write you up. You have something you want to say, feel free.
Fair enough. Truth is, there's something wrong with all of this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council?
Yeah.
Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
I hear you. I definitely do.
We've got our orders. Belly aching won't change them.
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Can you explain what bot is? Because I don't know about you guys, I've got no idea what the heck that is.
Tell me about it.
Biotic
There we go.
acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp.
Brain camp.
Hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled.
Interesting.
There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
I like how they put quotes around accidental. So I wonder if they were experiments.
Seems like you beat the odds. How many didn't make it?
Out of 100, maybe 60 have no effect. 30 suffer adverse effects, little things like brain cancer.
Oh, yeah, just...
The other 10 show enough ability to augment with implants. Not always permanent, though. Not like the cancer. Next thing you know, you're out on jump 0. And how's a kid supposed to deal with that? A station at the edge of human space.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about it, because... Again, I don't think I remember too much. Didn't really look into Caden a whole lot in my previous playthroughs. As I've said, I don't have the highest regard for him, so...
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Interesting. So it must have been some big corporation that dealt with a lot of science-based things.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and kinetics kept Jump 0 off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Get physical, you know what that means. You know.
You were all teenagers. I'm sure you found other ways to occupy the time.
I'm not the sort who does that kind of thing, Commander. Not lightly, anyway. There was a girl I spent a lot of time with, a week after her clothes on. Rana.
Interesting.
She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart. And charming as hell. Beautiful. But not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Interesting.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
I think there's a bit more of a backstory to that. Hopefully in some of the next times we talk to him. If we do talk to Kaidan, because I couldn't care less about the man.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
Interesting. Okay. So he got sent to a research sort of platform to do some biotic training and met some cool friends. Not too bad. Yeah, decent sort of backstory for a guy.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
I want to know everything my crew is capable of, Lieutenant. We're out of our element here.
If you say so, sir. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
Okay. I guess that's kind of the end of talking to Kaidan. There's nothing over that way. He's got a sort of an interesting backstory, yeah, so he was sort of one of the, I would say, I don't know if he'd be a colony kid or whatnot, but he had some biotic abilities and they sort of trained him for it, but he's one of like the early biotic kids. So he's got some complications due to it. Not as well with his biotics as some others. One of the things that we also learn is that humans are some of the worst with biotics. Need the external, I guess, the augmentations and stuff. There's a few rare instances of humans with good biotic abilities, but most of the time it's the other races, like the Asari, of course. Liara, in particular.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Alright, so a little bit of something that I wanted to go over. Even though I'm playing the Renegade Steve sort of storyline, I want to stick more of a Renegade character throughout this. In order to romance people, my understanding is you need to do some more of the Paragon stuff, not Paramore. Paragon, so you gotta be a little bit better to them. So I'm gonna go with more of the better options in order to try and win over Liara. It's just forewarning for you. Your two options as a male are Liara and Ashley in this game. Ashley is okay, but Liara is technically the canon option, or the one that the creators think is the true storyline. So we're going with that.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Just end it right there.
You're in good hands.
Oh, man.
Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
That was a weird sort of cut off. Oh well.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me.
Well,
But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
I know.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Alright, and I'm back. Sorry about that. It was getting a little cold. I don't think I have the heat on in the place, so yeah. But yeah, we're back. Let's get a little bit more backstory on Liara before we keep going.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
Me too. It's got to be rough, you know. Your mom is now one of the most, I guess, secretly hated people, and your whole mission is to kind of track her down and stuff.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I think we'll find that out later on, of course. But yeah. One of my other gripes, sort of a side note, is Liara's voice actor is sometimes really good and sometimes really bad. Some of the stuff, I know that Male Shepard, especially Mass Effect 1 and 2, doesn't get the best sort of reviews as far as a voice actor. But Liara is another one that I just... There's definitely times where I was like reading a script and I'm like, bro, like, come on, like, you gotta make me believe a bit more. Especially Mass Effect 3 is one of the bigger ones. And hopefully we get to that point at some time and get to go through that. But yeah, let's back to the actual game. Let's keep going.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Yeah, like what?
Like what?
Ah, ooh, hey.
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Disgusting. Come on, bro. Yeah, it's interesting. It's sort of like from Pokemon, Ditto. Sort of just kind of takes on whatever becomes that. I don't know. That was the first thing that popped into my head. But it's like you got the Asari, and then it could be anything else mixed with Asari, and then you get offspring.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds.
Interesting.
We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
It's interesting how she says monogendered, but then refers to offspring as daughters. I know that they're sort of all female-based as a race, but it's still interesting that it's like, hey, there's no male and female, but we're going to stick with female. And it's like, hey.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
And the third option is if you get the killing Asari, who called the Ardat Yakshi, who if they mate with you, they kill you.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Interesting.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
You can do that? Yeah, she's... Oh my gosh. How do you think they...
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld.
Exactly.
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Yeah, my first thought was that that's pretty terrible. But I don't know, you never know, I guess. Maybe Benezia had her and never told the father, you know, that sort of stuff. It's...
Maybe she wanted to meet you, but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure.
Not yet, at least.
Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Interesting. Well, so now I can't ask her how she's doing?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Alright, we're gonna have to go back into that.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Oh, hey.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Doesn't sound terrible, I guess.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would
you know
run
what I
afoul
mean.
of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau. I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You don't like people? You don't like talking? You don't like me?
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people.
Yeah.
Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
I wouldn't say that. You were interested and you see, I don't know, you found something you loved and you went and did it.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
All of them?
Aha. You share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating.
Oh.
You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Ah, I am fascinating. Like, you're gonna put me under a microscope, take a look at me, you know, be like, ooh, the magnifying glass, you know, you're just inspecting me. You can expect some of this, you know. You know what I mean?
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
I'm kidding.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool.
No, you're not terrible.
Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I should go.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
They couldn't have done like a few of those where it's like, I should go. Oh, time for me to go. I got other stuff to do. It's like, I should go. It's his go-to thing. I should go. I should go. Alright. So as I told you guys, it's going to be a lot of talking. some of the major points. I like to get a bit of backstory on the characters. Now we're loading. It was a long loading time. But yeah, I like to get some good backstory on some of the characters and try and figure out some stuff, so... Oh yeah, Liara, we're going to equip... I think she can only do, like, pistols, so... For now, I'll give her the Striker 3. Combat sensor, since I really don't know if they properly utilize the information or not, because I don't know if they overheat their weapons ever, or that sort of stuff. Do chemical rounds for now. She can do tech and biotics, so she's, I think, the same as me? We'll have to see. I'll give her the Unity amp. Ah, and she can use... Cool. Alright, Gladiator 4 is the technically the upgrade path. See, I'll give her that, and I'll give her the First Aid 3. The most... Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll keep some of that random stuff as well. While we're over here, let's talk with... See if Rex has got anything to say.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
We already investigated.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Exactly.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I don't know. It's saying like that's my caller, like everything's important. It's like, well, then you got people telling you a bunch of stuff that really doesn't matter. Like, hey, man, I got bagels this morning. Is that important? You know, hey, I got bagels, and Saren was also in line getting bagels. Should I tell you that, or what's going on?
I'll decide what's important. Now tell me how you know Saren.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems.
Okay.
They said it paid well, and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching.
He's got his eyes on you.
A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him. So I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
We don't really need to know what the cargo or the ship was. Not that important. It was like, hey, you know, use mercenary. They took out some cargo ship that had a bunch of stuff on it.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you.
Okay.
But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week.
Wow.
Every damn one.
That's nuts. Good thing you got out of there, Rex.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
And that's just how you end it? So long, Rex. Barr, barr, barr. Come on.
Looking for supplies?
You bet, Commander.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Hey. Nice. Now let me sell some stuff. We're gonna keep... Sell just about anything level 1. keep that and sell anything level 2. Alright, level 3 we're gonna keep anti-personal stuff. We're gonna keep armor. Keep 1 armor plating. Keep chemical rounds. Combat sensor, we only need 1 of those. I already have some explosives. Hammerhead, we'll keep 1 around. Keep 1. That's kind of what I'm gonna do, is just kind of keep 1. Yeah, because if I can sell some of this stuff and, you know, make some money, I'd rather do that. Beyond that, like, some of this stuff is pretty terrible. And we're gonna just pick up... So the upgrades I'll keep, like, 1 of. The rest of it I'm gonna just get rid of. Except for level 4 stuff. We'll see what we can buy. Striker 4 is not that good. I don't think I have a whole lot of stuff yet that we can really buy that's worth it. 150, I mean, we're halfway there to getting one of the best guns in the game. I mean, look at the stat difference. More than double the damage, maybe 10 more shots, accuracy rating is crazy. And that's just level 7. If we're gonna replay, it'd be level 10. And it'd be beast, but get some XP and some other stuff. Let's talk to Tally for a little bit.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Like I needed this. Jesus. Oh.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
Yeah, it's... I manage. That's... I mean, but even regular people have issues when it's like too quiet. They need like white noise sort of stuff, so... I'm sure she's used to just white noise.
You'll get used to it.
But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
It's kind of, yeah, it sort of seems what the pilgrimage is supposed to do, just kind of get you into a bunch of different environments, or try to get you to do that and see what happens with you.
Sounds like the pilgrimage isn't just about finding resources for the fleet. Maybe it's about teaching you to appreciate your people and culture.
No.
You're probably
That's
right. We Quarians spend our whole lives traveling, but really we never leave home. The pilgrimage has given me a whole new perspective on our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
Yeah. It could have died as well.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first.
Alright.
Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
That's true. He's trying to take over the whole galaxy, trying to kill everybody. We already looked into all that other stuff with her, so we're good to go with Tally.
I should go.
Ah, so they do have another one. Why does Yara get the weird one? I should go. And she gets the I should go. I'm like, what the hell? What's the difference, man? I think if we talk to Garrus, eventually we get some mission.
Commander, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm sure he wanted you to stay in the Force.
He's not impressed that you're going after Saren?
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
That's crazy.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Interesting. I don't know about you guys, but the voice sort of changed there. It was like soft Garrus, like it was just like the single one, and then it went to the typical Turian, where it sounds like they overlaid the voice a few times and like added some filters to it.
Spoken like a true CSEC officer.
Yeah, it's a speech I've heard one too many times.
Yeah, here's like the
Saren's not going
soft
to play
one.
by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Yeah, I hear you.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him at his own game. It's the only way to stop someone like him.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
Nice. Double nice. Talk to Ashley, and I think we're good after that.
Commander, you have a minute to talk?
I'm gonna try and be like nonchalant with Ashley, not a dick, but I'm not gonna have her advances like be met equally.
Is this duty related, Chief?
No, sir. Well,
Ooh, that lens
maybe.
flare.
I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
So you're saying you're a xenophobe? I think that's the correct word?
You
I'm
don't
gonna go
trust
with
their
that.
motives because they're not human.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You do know that... yeah, I'm going with the you're out of line, but she does know that this was a joint venture between the Turians and the humans. The Turians already know of it. Why the hell do you care?
That's enough, Chief. You always second-guess your superiors?
Sir! No, sir. I'm sorry, I was out of line. I'll get back to my duties, Commander.
You're damn right you will. Jeez. Like, it's one thing to be like, you know, they're kind of all up in my business or something, but to be like, oh man, aliens, like, poking around the ship, it's like, that's not your call. Shut up. It's military, top-down order. I tell you what to do. It's the, if I say jump, you say how high, or like ask how high or something. Don't question. Just do it. I know we can go talk to some of the other people. Presley, I think, gets some few quick points here and there. Joker, a little bit as well. Well, I wouldn't mind it. At the same time, it's not relevant, and at least I don't think, and it's just kind of bog us down. Alright. So what we're first going to do, if you remember one of the assignments, the fan, I don't know if Conrad is back or not, so we're going to go check on the Citadel and see if he is. Because after every major mission, he's supposed to be back on the Citadel. So we're going to go do that first. Then we'll do some poking around at some of these other clusters. Do a few side missions. You know. That's sort of one of the easy ways to gain level. Is
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Patching it through. Whoa.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Okay. We'll go meet her. But yeah, so it's... best way to get our level up is to sort of do side missions. That sort of thing. That way we're not... I don't know, too low of a level and we're not dying a whole bunch of times. Is that the fly? Ah, it is. That was my chance. Okay, hold on. Pause. Okay, back. Sorry about that. Stupid fly is gone. Just kind of hanging out on my wall now. Yeah, that's interesting, because she's got some, like, tech. She's got the tech, like, Omni tool. But doesn't have any sort of tech ability.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Ooh, the rear admiral. What about the forward admiral?
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Oh, I sort of read that incorrectly because it says his name as like the person talking. I was like, why is he saying it twice?
Admiral, I'm on urgent business with the Citadel. Is there something you need?
Let's get one thing clear, Shepard. You might be a specter to the aliens, but to me, you're just another junior officer. Be respectful. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. And the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
Okay. Sorry about it, bro, but that's just what happens.
I wasn't keen on it either. But there are advantages to being above the law.
Don't let the title go to your head. No one's above the law. I don't
am.
begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
Hey, you watch your mouth about the Normandy. It's a great ship.
This ship saved our lives a dozen times over.
An exaggeration. I've read your reports. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
You can back the hell off.
Normandy is an Alliance warship, but she's on loan to the Citadel. That means she's not in your chain of command.
I believe there's something wrong with my ears. Did you just contradict me?
Damn right. Damn right. Woo!
This ship is Council property right now. So, respectfully, please clear the gangway.
Have it your way, Commander. But expect me to file a report on this.
I'm 95% sure that nothing comes out of that. Yep. Let's hear. Are we getting some talking, or are we getting the...
Now that you have experienced a Spectre's life firsthand, Garrus, do you regret leaving your security position?
Fighting a rogue Spectre with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way? I'd say that beats CSEC.
I am unsure how the imminent destruction of all organic life beats anything, but your enthusiasm is comforting nonetheless.
Liara's like a computer with her responses. Like, she doesn't... It's almost like she doesn't get jokes and stuff. Takes her a little while to process. She's like, oh, emotions. Yes, I have them. Oh, the reporter lady. Nice. I think I know
Commander
what's coming.
Shepard, sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Girard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian enslavers a few weeks ago. She is from Mindoir. I guess she was taken in the raid on your town.
What?
You mean she was taken in the raid that killed my parents?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. She got free somehow, grabbed a gun from one of my guys. Now she's holed up here in the docking bay. She says she wants to die. I hope you'd talk to her. It's a long shot, but you went through the same thing. The raid. I figured maybe you could talk her out of her tree.
I don't think I've ever done this.
I'm not trained for that, but I'll do what I can.
Anything you could do would be great. I don't want to... she's been through enough. I'll have my men stand by for you.
Wow. That is interesting. I have never... done that one. The docking bay, though. First we gotta talk to the reporter lady, then we gotta go figure out what do you... Isn't this the elevator to the docking bay? Yeah, it was just there. Go see him in the Citadel docking bay. So I was up there, now I gotta go back up? Alright.
Khalees had been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
Sure.
What sort of questions?
People back home have heard a lot of wild stories about you, Commander. I can give you the chance to set the record straight. What do you say?
I say get stuffed. Sure, but...
So long as you understand that I may not be able to answer all questions.
I'm sure our viewers will understand.
Do the interview and we'll see what's going on.
Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
Took them long enough.
We all know it should have happened years ago. I hope the Council realizes that we won't sit at the kids' table forever.
Some believe that without firm action on our part, the Council will continue to treat us like poor relations. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
I don't think so, but...
I think they know not to ask me to work against my own people.
I think our viewers will be glad to hear that, Commander. You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
I mean, yeah, the Turians did help build it. Time to shut you. Oh, that's where he punches her. That's right. Yep. Oh, man.
The Normandy is a triumph of human engineering. Like our development of fighter carriers, it shows other races that we're able to think outside the box.
That's gratifying. Many defeatist officers claim that the Alliance can't compete with the naval power of, say, the Turians. Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I mean, you do know that I'm the one running it, though.
Miss Al-Jalani, I wear the Alliance uniform. And if you think anyone other than me says where the Normandy can go, you're sadly mistaken.
No offense intended, Commander. I'm sure you have to follow the orders of your superiors. Of course, now your superiors are aliens.
Jeez.
One last question, Commander.
She's looking to get
Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that? Yeah, we're gonna punch him.
I've had enough of your snide insinuations.
Punch, punch, punch! Boom! Down for the count.
Son of a bitch! I'll make sure everyone in the Alliance sees that. Your career is over.
Yeah, right. Nice. Journal. Alright. I remember me. Yeah, seriously, I've never done this mission. I've got no idea. There's nothing here. This is CSEC. So let's head back up and see if there's anything up in the docking bay again. Yeah, that is probably one of the rare
occasions. With all this
occasions.
exploration of Prothean culture, this must be like a survey for you, Liara.
Talking garage.
Our travels now are somewhat different from my normal excavations. I would prefer lengthier studies and fewer explosions.
The loss of all this Prothean technology is just one more thing Saren will have to pay for.
So yeah, this is going to be one of the few instances where I haven't done a mission and I don't know what's going to happen. Seriously, ever since I played this on the Xbox 360, I have never come across this mission. This is a new one.
Commander, glad to see you.
She's back there?
Yes, sir. Behind those shipping containers. I've got a sniper position, but I don't think we'll need him. She's only a danger to herself. We've got a sedative to calm her down, but we can't get close to her. Every step we take gets her more wound up.
I'll talk to her. Keep back.
Yeah.
Don't push her too hard. If she seems liable to pull the trigger, back off, or walk away. I am willing to wait her out. Good luck, Commander.
Guy sounds French. And unfortunately, I don't know if that's a good or bad French accent.
Stop! Stop! What are you?
We're gonna try and handle this one well, so we'll go with that.
My name is Shepard. Lieutenant Gerard sent me to talk to you. What's your name?
Animals don't get names. The Masters put their symbols on her. Hot metal all over her back. She screams when they do it.
What? Yeah, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. One thing, though, why is he calling, like, I get that you're a shepherd, but I gave you a first name, right?
You must have a name you were born with. Can you remember it?
She remembers a lot of things. Talitha. They call her that. She doesn't remember the rest. Leave her alone.
What the hell is going on with this lady? It's talking in the third person, so I imagine that she's... this is like schizophrenic outburst. But then again, I really don't know. This is the first time doing this one. We'll try and get some more information out of her, I guess.
What's the last thing you remember from Mindwar?
Fires. Smells of smoke and burning meat. Animals screaming as the Masters cage them. As they put the metal to their backs. Put the wires in their brains. She pretends to be dead. If she's dead, she can't work. But they know. She hopes to leave. But they put her in the pen. She didn't fight. She was already broken when they put the wires in.
I don't even know what the hell happened to Mindwar.
You couldn't have fought them off when you were a child. They were bigger than you. There were more of them. They would have killed you.
She wants to believe that. She wants to believe nothing would change. She doesn't want to be there anymore. In the pen, in the cages, lying quiet while they do things to her.
Interesting. Let's talk about my childhood.
I was on Mindwar. My parents died in the raid.
Lying! You get hit for lying! Get the buzz or the burning. Can't be there. Why are you alive? Why are you? Why aren't you like her? Broken, only fit to dig and carry.
Because I'm a beast. The shepherd. That's why.
I fought. My whole family fought and got hit by an artillery strike for their trouble. I got buried under rubble. If they saw me, they left me for dead.
Dead animals can't work. You lose your mommy and daddy, but you don't dig, you don't carry. You stand up. She wishes she could stand up.
This lady is nuts.
How did you get here? Did you escape?
She can't escape. They have chains, wires, needles. You go too far, they take your brains away. Animals like her come. Animals with guns. They make the Masters explode. She tries to fix the Masters so they won't be mad at her. She puts all the reds and purples back in, but they don't move. The other animals take her.
I gotta get some more backstory. So Mindwar was a planet that he was on that got attacked by something. Some alien race that enslaved the people that stayed there, including her. All of a sudden they got attacked by more humans coming to free the people, and now she tried to save them.
The Marines who rescued you. They were the first humans you'd seen in 13 years, but you tried to heal your captors. Why?
If the animals can see her, then this is real. But it can't be. The wires, the chains, the hitting. This doesn't happen to her. It's another girl. A dirty girl. Stupid girl. She deserves it. It happens to her. Doesn't it? They see her, so it's real. She doesn't want it to be real.
Okay. She doesn't want this to actually be happening.
What happened to your parents?
She sees them. They're yelling, "Run! Hide!" They hit the Masters. But the Masters, they have lights and hoses. Daddy's... he's melting! Shh! She doesn't want to see that! Don't make her look! Don't look! Stupid, stupid!
Jeez, this is...
I don't want to hear that. You survived 13 years in a slave pen. You're strong enough to deal with a memory.
She's not strong. She's weak and stupid. All humans are. That's what the Masters say. She sees them. Mommy and Daddy. Burning in white light, melting, going to pieces. They can't even say anything to her. They're dead, Shepard. They try to save her and the Masters burn them. Can she stop remembering now, please?
Jeez. This lady is crazy.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
No, she's no good! Don't want to be handled again!
I'm gonna take another one.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
She doesn't want... Don't touch her!
I think because I handled everything correctly, in some sort of fashion of using Paragon or Renegade options, she should be okay. We're gonna face this one together, and I've got no idea what's on the other side.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
Please don't touch her! She's dirty. You'll catch it.
Use a sedative, give her the sedative. I'm gonna give it to her.
Talitha, this will make you sleep. If you fall asleep, they'll take you to a place where you can get better.
Will she have bad dreams?
Probably no dreams.
This is powerful stuff. You won't dream at all.
She'd like that. It hurts when I remember me. But she wants to remember.
Whoa. Dude, that was nuts.
Is it over, Commander?
Yeah, she's down for the count.
I got her to take her medicine. What a waste of my time.
What a waste, wow.
I appreciate the help, but Don't look down on her. She spent the last 13 years getting treated like an animal. I'll take care of it from here, Commander.
Cool. That was very interesting. Wow. Pretty powerful stuff. It's pretty cool though. Now we're off to do
Alliance
what we came here.
officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by a former Alliance officer, Major Kyle.
Yep, took him down.
Major Kyle surrendered and is now being treated for severe post-traumatic stress disorder.
PTSD. SD. Huh? Alright. We're gonna go to the market, the upper market. And then we're gonna go to the Presidium, the offices. Let me move so I can do stuff. We're gonna fast travel to the upper market. I guess there's only one. There's not like an upper and lower market. Either way, we're going to the markets. Ah, yes, Conrad Werner is still there.
Hey, Commander Shepard, there are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre. That's incredible.
Yeah, 'cause I'm a beast.
Right. Conrad. We talked a while back.
You remember me? Wow. Even while you're out there kicking ass, you don't forget the rest of us. That says a lot about you, Shepard.
I'm a nice guy.
Hey, can I get your picture?
No, because I want to see how this... I want to get to the next one, or like... I don't know if it's the next one or the one afterwards.
Sure. No problem.
Just hold up your gun. Perfect. Thanks again, Commander. I'm gonna hang this in my living room. My wife will love it.
Cool. Got that handled. I don't want to shop.
The purchase. It's a bank statement. It shows that I bought something from...
Alright, Presidium, we're going to the embassies. Because we need to go talk to Nasana Dantius.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
I do not like you, Avina. You can get the hell out of my way. Okay. Yep. The exclamation point marks Nasana Dantius. Voiced by Gray Delisle.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
Who is Princess Azula for any Avatar The Last Airbender lovers. She's done big in voice work, so they probably recognize the voice. Again, Gray Delisle, if you didn't hear me the first time.
You said you had a job offer.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on a cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
Yar har fiddly-dee.
You want me to hunt down the people who killed her?
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive.
Whoa.
The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. Don't pay the ransom is kind of obvious, but that's what we'll go with.
You can't negotiate with criminals.
It's too late. I transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
Yeah, so now I gotta come in and I gotta be the cleaner.
You got in over your head and you expect me to pull you out?
This is easy money for you, Shepard. I've already found her. You just need to bring her back. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
That stuff I don't really need. But yeah, I'm in.
Don't worry. I'll bring your sister back.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right man for the job. Come back and see me when the job is done.
Cool. Got another mission to handle. I don't know why that diplomat is an option to talk to. But yeah, I think we're all done on the Citadel. Main thing I wanted to do was the Conrad Werner stuff. Just kind of update that one. So I think the next one... The next one is like the interesting one where you talk to him. I don't know if, well, I don't know if it's the next one or the one after. I think it's just the next one, so we'll see. We're gonna go back to CSEC. Then we're gonna head up, get back on the Normandy. And then we'll be out of here. Probably cut this one short then, too. Don't wanna drag it on too long.
Report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Cool. I think if I would have went back over to the area where Emily was, you can meet up with her again and do some bug planting, I believe, to try and collect data for her next report that she's doing. However, it's, you know, a very minor side mission, not something I really want to do at this hour. So we'll let that one slide for now. Let's get back on the Normandy. Let's plot out the next spot we're gonna go to. I think we're gonna do that side mission.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I think you're supposed to, yeah, you're supposed to have just like stood there. You know, that's treated as a
Logged. The
loading
commanding
screen.
officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
I don't know what the X stands for.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, Miss Al-Jalani's story on you just aired.
Yep.
The brass isn't happy with the way you treated her. This comes straight from the Joint Military Command.
Yeah, well, she can kiss my ass.
I don't have the patience to deal with tabloid gadflies who think they're great journalists.
Commander, if she had done that at a bar, she'd go home in an ambulance. But they want me to make this clear. We can't mistreat the press. Just wanted to let you know what the response was back home.
Thanks,
I won't keep you
Admiral.
any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Cool. Yeah, actually, hold on. Let me zoom out. Artemis Tau cluster. Which is where we were. I'm just gonna go to Sparta. Because each sort of solar system has something that we can do. Actually, we're gonna go to Macedon. Macedon. Not Mastodon, the metal band. Yeah, we'll go to Macedon. Again, I have no idea if that's being pronounced correctly. That's what I'm gonna call it, though. Alright, and I'm gonna exit out of this. Let's check the journal just to be sure. Yeah, I knew it was the Macedon system. Okay. So yeah, we went to the right one to find Dahlia. Infiltrate the mercenary base. Alright, so that'll be the first thing that we do in part 10. This one was a little bit more of a boring, just sort of checking up on all of the crew members, as well as doing a few side missions here and there. So we'll continue to do some side missions in part 10. Hopefully finish all of those up, or a good majority of those. So I'm going to go to each, I guess, cluster, and go to each solar system available right now and just do some of the side missions. Hopefully don't go to a system that we've already been to. I think at one point I had to start writing them down, because after you go through missions, they start popping up more and more. But we'll handle that later. For the most part, we'll handle a good majority of the side missions, and we won't have to go through every individual system. So I want to just tackle a few of them, and we'll go from there. Alright, well, yeah, so thanks for tuning in. Be sure to be on the lookout for part 10. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos. If there's anything else that you want me to be doing during the videos, you want me to focus more on the story, you want to hear more about some of the backstory of it, you want to look through the codex, you know, just let me know, put some comments on the videos, and yeah, we'll keep on rolling with this Mass Effect Let's Play. So thanks again for watching, and be on the lookout for the next video, but for now, I think we're all done. This is Tatman, signing off.